Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Arnold, and tonight I'm going to be channeling Ascended Master Saint Germain and the Ascended Masters for an energy update for the month of February. So we've already started into February, but I've been working with them to transmute a lot of frequencies for the solar plexus. So tonight, that's the frequencies they're going to be bringing through. If you're open to receiving, all you have to do is say you're open to receiving, and your spiritual body and physical body, your mental body and your emotional body will receive whatever divine frequencies are beneficial for you at this time. So I'm going to get started. They're showing me, they're bringing through frequencies for the solar plexus, the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakra as well. So you might feel something in those chakras as they're channeling the messages. Have a great night. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the end. Oh yes, welcome. I am Saint Germain. We welcome you all. This is an exciting time in humanity. This is an exciting time on planet Earth. Our channel has been asking, why is all this anger coming to the surface with the trucking protests and the freedom convoys and the fight for freedom? If there is so much love on the planet, Saint Germain, then why is there all this fighting for freedom? When will this fighting end? And we would say that as the planet Earth is awakening, and as Mother Earth is raising her vibrational frequency, and as everyone on the planet is raising theirs, there has been a tipping point. We have mentioned this in other videos. What does this mean? It means that as those who have expanded their consciousness, there is now more love on the planet than there is hate, even though there, at times, many of you cannot see this. We will explain in further detail how this would work. If the universal energies are coming through portals onto the planet Earth, and those who are open to receiving are integrating these frequencies. There are many of you who have expanded your consciousness. You have been integrating these divine love frequencies that have been coming onto the planet. Each time there is a layer of frequencies that comes onto the planet, those who are in resistance of awakening or expanding their consciousness, those who are deep in the ego consciousness, feel these energies, and it does not feel comfortable to them in their human body. It feels like an agitation. It is not they're in resistance of integrating these frequencies as they are vibrating in low dense energies in their emotions. We would say that as they are feeling these frequencies, it brings much anger to the surface. It is like digging a deep hole and going into many past lifetimes to allow these frequencies to come up. That is why you would see as we are in this 2 energy of 2022, and now it is the month of February, there's 2 energy everywhere, and that is one of calmness. It has caused quite a chaos, quite a bit of chaos on the planet. Those who have integrated the frequencies and have expanded their consciousness, as those who are out fighting for their rights and protesting and wanting a war, those frequencies, as they come up to the surface and get expressed through their rage and their yelling and their honking of the horns, we would say those who have expanded their consciousness are rapidly transmuting these frequencies for the collective from fear back to love. That is why many of you have had a rough week physically. Much of you have had much pain in the heart chakra area, soreness in the bones and the muscles, and aches in the chest area, shortness of breath, and increased heart rate. We would say that for many of you that have expanded your consciousness, these frequencies brought upon by the protesters would feel uncomfortable in your physical body as your spiritual body transmutes these frequencies from fear back to love. So as the protesters are in their rage and expressing their rage, and those who have expanded their consciousness consciousness are transmuting these frequencies, the vibration of the whole planet raises to more love. That is why, as we are watching this happen on planet Earth, we are not seeing what you are seeing. We're not seeing it in the perspective of third dimension reality. We are seeing it from the eyes of God, or the eyes of love, or the eyes of the universe, and we are seeing the transmutation of fear back to love rather quickly. We are seeing all the rage and hate that is being brought up and expressed. We would say it must be expressed in order to be transmuted. We are seeing this transmute quite fast on your planet. It is a quite rapid speed, and you will notice over the next 6 days the energies ramp up, and then they will begin to dwindle down to more calmness and peace again. This is happening with every protest. You have noticed protests since the beginning of the pandemic. And we would say that it is as the universe brings in more layers of frequency of love, it always causes a disruption in those who are holding on to much deep anger and hate and rage, intense energy. This always boils up to the surface and gets expressed. We would say, as spiritual beings watching planet Earth, that we are excited every time there is a protest. This is the tipping point. This is changing fear back to love rather rapidly. As with every storm and every hurricane and every natural disaster on planet Earth, there is much transmutation happening. We are excited about the progress. We are excited as a collective watching planet Earth and also working with planet Earth. We are excited of the process. This has been that there is a tipping point to the point of we would say the point of no return, in which there will be a continuation of more love on the planet rather than more hate. You would see and notice that as people are ramping up to fight or start a war, that because there is more love onto the planet Earth at this time, that it will the universal energies will stop it, or will put on the brakes. We would say it is you as a collective reflecting back your own vibration. And whatever is happening on the planet, you are deciding this as a collective based on where you are vibrating at. When those are vibrating in fear and hate, and they bring it to the surface, the other ones that are have already expanded their consciousness are rapidly transmuting these fears back to love. For humanity, this is raising the vibration to more love, as we've already explained. So with every protest, it is an acceleration of expansion of consciousness. We are excited about this. We are seeing the planet shifting rapidly, and you will notice in the energy of 2022 that there will be more calmness as the year progresses, and there will be less hate. We're showing Terra the solar plexus, and this is at this time there is being much transmuted through the solar plexus from people controlling others or being controlled by the government. This is all transmuting. There are people that are feeling imprisoned, and they're wanting to, they're fighting to get their power back. They're wanting to be in control, and we would say it is an illusion of not being in control. It's everyone has created a prison of some sort in their egoic consciousness. It is part of the game. Could you be free while imprisoned? We have asked this many times. If you can look into the eyes of love at every situation, you would not feel like a prisoner in your country. There are those who cannot see, and those who are seeing through the fog, and there are those who are seeing clearly. And we would say at the end, you will all be able to see clearly. This is a great time of change on planet Earth, and we are excited for your journey. We would recommend that those of you who have expanded your consciousness and are well aware of the game and of the situation on the planet to focus inward rather than outward. There's nothing you have to do. Your energy frequencies are transmuting those energies of hate and anger around you back to love. There's nothing you physically have to do this. It is happening naturally. We would say to focus inward and command that you stay in a focus of a timeline of frequencies that you wish to create in your reality. This is you creating your reality. If I stay in a high frequency of love, we would not use terminology high, but we would say in expansion of divine love, if you focus on this frequency and start your day with that frequency, I will wake up in the morning and get out of bed, and before I do, I will say to myself, I will begin this day in a timeline of joy and happiness and abundance, and that's what I will project into my day today, into my timeline. I will stay in this timeline of abundance and see what shows up in that reality. You do not have to be caught up in the reality of all the protests and the anger and the wars and the news, we would say fear-based news, collectively. You can be in your own reality. You are all individual and you all have a different perspective. It is all perspective. It is how you are seeing and viewing the world around you. Could you stay in a timeline that is always bringing abundance to you? Could you expect that to happen in your reality and have that flow back to you as a reflection? If I wake up excited to start the day, and if I wake up in a vibration of hope and happiness and love and joy, and I dance my way to the kitchen and I sing happy birthday to myself and I celebrate, would my day not continue to follow that vibration? And we would say follow that vibration every day of the feeling that you had as a child when it was your birthday. Wake up and say happy birthday to yourself and begin your day with that, and see all the gifts and magic that show up in your reality. You are all co-creators, and you do not have to be caught up in this whirlwind of the tornado around you. You could be at the center of the storm and in the peace and calm. Be the calm and be the strength be the strength of the lighthouse, and you will see the light flow back to you in abundance. We are excited for your journey. Blessings. Okay, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my website, taraarnoldart.com, for my services, and check out our shop. We have new merchandise on our shop right now. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.